SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar. It's just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute. That's right.
Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. Steve Azar here. Grateful for you tuning in. Welcome to Mississippi. Go to visitmississippi.org. Celebrate the birthplace of America's music. I can tell you today's guest, when I was a kid growing up, teenager, beyond, I couldn't wait to see this man on stage at the Delta Blues Festival, wherever it was, crossing over state lines. But to me, has that Mississippi soul. I always felt like my guest was born on Mississippi soil, but he was close enough. Joining me today in a Mississippi Minute is an icon in the American blues scene. He's a Grammy-winning composer, record producer, and singer, guitar player whose style incorporates a mix of blues, rap, and funk. Bottom line is one of the best entertainers you will ever see hit the stage. Born and raised in Homer, Louisiana, he began playing music at a very young age. His father was a pastor whose guitar and harmonica playing heavily influenced him at a very early childhood. He began experimenting with music using a sugarcane syrup, as some of you say, or I say syrup bucket, and a broom wire diddly bow. I guess around 1947, he and his family picked up and moved to Pine Bluff, Arkansas. This move caused him to cross paths with Elmore James, the slide player Boyd Gilmore, piano player Johnny Big Moose Walker. Eventually, they all formed a band and in support of his vocals, harmonica playing, and fantastic guitar work. Fast forward to 2014. His album Down in Louisiana was Grammy nominated for Best Blues Album and won a Blues Award, like many, in the Soul Blues Album of the Year category. He appears in 2015 documentary film I Am the Blues, and also has appeared in performing in I Ain't Studdin' You in the 2019 film Dolomite Is My Name. His award capsule is extensive with 12 Blues Music Awards, and in 2017, at the tender age of 83, just getting started, won his first Grammy for the album Porcupine Meat. He's been inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, Mississippi Music's Hall of Fame, and the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame. What else can I say? Please welcome in my friend Bobby Rush.
Hey, Steve.
How's my man doing?
Man, it's so good to see you, man. Good to know you're doing all right. You just left me from the hotter climate to hotter climate.
I love it. Well, yeah. You know, Bobby, you look fantastic. I say that all the time. Can I ask you, because my goal in life is to be chasing you down, meaning I want to be doing this for the rest of my life. I try to take care of my body and my health and all that. And you have done such a great job of that. And part of that is so important for you to be able to hit the stage, continue to use your mind like you do. What do you do to stay in such great shape?
Well, I'm pretty exercise conscious, and I eat decently. I don't get as much rest as I should have, but nevertheless, I'm a workaholic, and I'm still in love with what I do. I'm still enthused about what I'm doing, and I'm still learning. Steve, I'm still learning. You know, every day I learn something. I think one of the main not enthused about what he's doing to disappear off this land, because I'm still enthused about what I'm doing. And meeting somebody like you again and again and again, and knowing where you come from, and now and I got to tell the people on the podcast, you left the hot state of Mississippi and went to Arizona. It was real hot. And, but it's always good to see you. I'm saying that to let you know how glad I am to be your friend and call you my friend. And
oh, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. You know, I got so many memories of you on stage, and you know, you can shock the stage. You know what I mean? And I've seen you under lights that are few white lights. I've seen you under big lights. None of those lights outshine you, my man. None of them. You know, God gave you this incredible gift, and you know how hard you've worked at it. Early childhood. Take me back to Homer, Louisiana, and your dad. Well, you guys move, and he becomes a farmer as well, right? What's the story?
He was a farmer all his life.
Okay.
I was born in Louisiana, the home of Haynesville, Louisiana. But I left in 1947, went to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, because my dad moved to Arkansas where he had a church in Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
I got you.
One in Louisiana. So I went to from Louisiana to Arkansas. Steve, I wanted to go to Chicago so bad in 1951, but I didn't have enough money to buy my ticket to Chicago because it cost $8.75. But I did buy a ticket from Pine Bluff to Memphis, Tennessee, and worked on Beale Street, myself, Wilford Thomas, P.P. King, and Sonny Boy Williams, who were living in Northern Arkansas.
Wow.
And I worked for $3.50 a week, sometimes made $7 a week now.
Yeah.
I made enough money to go to East St. Louis where Chuck Berry was and Albert King, who were living in Lovejoy, Illinois. Then that's why I met Red Fox and a bunch of people who wasn't in blues, but it was like comedian stuff. And I worked out enough to make me enough money to go to Chicago where Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker, Jimmy Reed, Smokey Hall, Little Walter, and all these blues guys who I thought was millionaires making a lot of money. They probably wasn't making much money more than I was making. But they were bigger artists. And Muddy Water was real old. He was 27 years old.
Yeah. Hey, so what year are we talking?
1951.
1951. Wow. The world changed. God, the world was changing with the record company there, Chess Records, and all that was going on. Yeah.
Chess Records was a thing.
And Buddy Guy, obviously, and all that. So do you befriend all these guys? You're part of the club? I mean, how does that go down?
I'm part of the club, but Muddy Water, who really loved me, and I don't know what he saw in me at 15, 18 years old, that he took a liking to me. I don't know what he saw in me.
Yeah, he
became the same way. But I remember going to Muddy Water's birthday party. He was 28 years old, and I was just young, 17-year-old. And I forgot his birthday party. And my wife I got married early. She told me, said, Bobby Rush, I thought you was going to Muddy Water birthday party. I said, oh my God, it's 10:30. I forgot his birthday party. So I ran down, got in my car, ran around to Lake Street, to Oakland Lake where he was playing. And he was hanging out the window. He said, oh, Bud, you late, man, but come around to the back. I got a lot of ladies that want to meet you. He told the lady, this is my little brother coming in the back. I got a lot of ladies up here. I went around the back, went upstairs. And Steve, he had a lot of ladies, must be 15 or 20 ladies up there. All of them was old ladies. I asked one lady, how old is she? 27. One lady said, I'm 32 years old. I sneak out the back door. The lady 32 years old. Man, I said, I'm getting out of here. All these old women have been 32. I laugh about that now. The Muddy Water was so crazy about me. What he saw in me, I don't know, but I wish I would go to another birthday party, what he could do.
I tell you what, I mean, Bobby, you guys I'm so humbled to be talking to you because when I was doing it at a very young age, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, sneaking in some of these juke joint houses, you know, my dad had the first illegal liquor store in Mississippi, and that's where Eugene Powell. And Sonny Boy, I went back there and postmen were sitting on Pepsi crates at the end of their workday. I was in my baseball uniform, 10 and a half, 11 years old, and whatever happened at that moment for me, it was so earth-shattering,
Yeah.
earth-shaking, not shatter, earth-shaking. I raced home on my bike and started writing my first words. It hit me that hard. Wow, let's take a quick break. I'm with Grammy-winning, the great Bobby Rush. Visit Mississippi.org. Right back.
Your next customer is searching online right now. Will they find you or your competitor? If your website is outdated, slow, or hard to use on a phone, you could be losing business every day. SuperTalk Mississippi Media builds sharp, mobile-friendly websites that look great and work even better, and they're more affordable than you might think. We can drive customers to your new website with powerful radio commercials and targeted digital ads on Facebook, Google, TikTok, Hulu, and more. Call SuperTalk Mississippi Media at 601-991-2305 or visit stmmdigital.com.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
America's 250th anniversary.
Won his first Grammy for the album Porcupine Meat. He's been inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, Mississippi Music's Hall of Fame, and the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame. What else can I say? My friend Bobby Rush. I just think about you guys in this big pot of energy and music that changed the world. I mean, you understand the impact that you have made on me and so many others who have gone off to make a career out of this and make a life out of it. And we love it so much. But do you ever sit back and just go, I know you're the humble type, but I also know you're competitive, and I also know you like to rock. So forget all that. But do you ever just think about what you've given to all of us?
No, I lately, last week I was with Morgan Freeman doing the thing when the movie Center came on. It just dawned on me just lately what impact did I have on people, because I had such a great uplift in my heart for people who's in position. Sometimes they were older, sometimes they were younger, and it just impressed me. Even you're a younger guy, but you impressed me. I remember going by your house, and I still remember the big dog in the house, and all these things, all these kind of things, because I didn't tell you then, but I had a dog when I was a kid. His name was Buzo. Your dog looked like my dog Buzo.
Wow.
And I didn't say, and I always look at him and think about when I was a kid, my dog Buzo, you know?
Yeah.
And then you like the blues. And I said to myself, why do you like the blues? Why do you like the things that I do, what I know to do, and what I love most, and all I know is the blues. And you always respected the blues.
I loved you guys. I loved how it came out of you guys. I loved how it mattered. There was significance in every if, and but, and why. And also your ability to entertain with one instrument sounded like a choir, a band. It was so unique. And I knew that, Bobby, there was always going to be this blues influence, but I knew that I had to find my path, and it was a little bit more on the folk rock, blues, countryside and all of that. And I just needed to figure out my honest self. And I love the word part of it. So it took me a long time to finally write that song, which Morgan Freeman was in that video, Waiting on Joe. Right. It took me a long time to go, oh, that's who I'm supposed to be. And I still wasn't smart enough to realize that that's what I was supposed to be. But it was a pivotal moment, and I was able to reflect on it enough. And enough people like you told me, Steve, that's who you are. And I'm like, what is that? And so then it started to hit me. And the more I started making my own records, producing my own records, playing a lot of the stuff, the more I found myself. But it wouldn't have been fair for me to go, I'm this blues act. You guys you guys lived the life of that. And my life was different. And I wanted my life to represent as authentic as y'all's. And the only way that could be is I had to truly find my identity. And that way.
When you say that, you make me feel so humble about what you're saying about the music and the people who do it. At least you're giving credit to where it's come from. Because the blues it's not a black and white issue with the blues. Sometimes I see guys now, especially the black guys, say, I'm going to play this because I think it's what white people like. I'm going to play like this because I think it's what black people like. I play good music, hope everyone likes it. It's not a black and white issue with me. It's about the music, about the blues, man. Because a lot of people talk about every person, what he was for, what he stood for, and this and that. But I said now, and he's passed on, he was my friend, and he was a guy who loved the blues and loved people who do the blues. Same way with you, man. And I would take it, and I got some people out here may don't still love the blues, may not tell where the blues come from, or who did it, or what ground it come from. It would not make no difference about that. But the main thing, when you do the blues, do it in a way that you love it and you understand it, and make it your blues. That's what you have to do.
So Elvis gave credit to where credit was due, right? Yeah. So you and Elvis and
he loved the blues, man.
He loved church. He loved the blues and all that. So with you and Elvis and BB and I mean, like these times when y'all were all together. I mean, what was that like?
Oh God, I remember whenever Preston was. I went to Missouri one time, 1958 or 59, and that was a place we played in the college, and that was a mark on the floor that I had to stand in, and a chain or have some springs from the ceiling to the floor for me to stand in, and I couldn't get out of the circuit, and certainly couldn't test the spring with my hip. That suggested to the white audience that I was shaking my butt or what happened. but every person went to them, told them, so listen, if he can't do it, I won't do it. And he stuck up for me.
Wow. Wow.
I tell it everywhere I go.
Wow.
That's cool. Well, if I can't shake my booty, Bobby Rich can't shake his booty, I won't shake mine.
I got to tell you, I've seen you shake your booty a lot in my lifetime. I just want you to know that. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
But I say that to you, but I'm not just about to shake your booty. It's about
no, I know. Of course.
Of course. Just not, I don't want people to think that's all of them.
No, Bobby. Hey, Bobby, you and that guitar sitting there, standing there, whatever it is, it's electric. And you get everybody else shaking inside. And I know what's going on in you. You're erupting. Because music has always done that. It did it to you in the beginning, and all you were doing was let happen what happened. There ain't nothing contrived or made up. That's what was happening to your body while you were making music, and that's what's always been the case. It's always been.
That was the case, That was the case of my life, And I'm blessed enough to be around long enough to learn that I don't know anything. When a man tell what he know, he won't talk. My uncle man don't know that. No. But I know one thing. I love you. You can't do nothing about it.
That's exactly right. I'm going to use that when I get in there with my wife Gwen in a minute and see what she says. I'm going to report back. So Bobby, you're built to tour. And BB was built to tour. I've done some dates. I spent a long time on the road, almost about 9-10 months on a Bob Seger's tour for a long time. Right. And he comes and goes because he'll do a big tour, big arenas and all that. But Willie doesn't stop. You don't stop. You don't stop. So where do you find the time to be? What do you time to find to be creative and to make that next record?
All the time. I just recorded 17 songs. I shouldn't be talking about tell you this. 17 songs I just recorded with Kenny Wayne Shepherd and myself last week.
Wow.
Most of the time when I'm writing, I'm alone, don't have a pencil, I'm driving, I don't have nothing to write on. I have to stop, go to the bathroom, and I take toilet tissue and write on it. You know what it is.
I know the game.
You get back home, spread it out. Hey, man, you always
it's like a puzzle.
Everything comes when you don't have anything to write on. But the things come like that. That's the way it comes,
Are you still feeling creative? I mean, like more than ever. Yeah. And the world, to me, as I get older, the world makes more sense to me. It's clear. My thoughts are clear. What I see and visualize are clear, easier it's almost like the pen grabs my hand rather than me grabbing the pen.
That's
these
it.
days.
Grab your heart in your hand.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
heart in your hand.
Yeah.
You know, someone asked me, the Bobby Rush, why do you sing the blues? Because your woman left you? Yes. You can have the blues when your woman leaves you. I'm saying it because I know your wife in the back, she watching you. You can have the blues when your woman leaves you, but you can also have the blues if they stay too long.
That's true. That's true. That's true. We're going to get in trouble right now. Now we're crossing over the line. I'm trying to look at my clock right now and I don't waste any time. We got a little bit in this segment. So the move for your dad, and the whole thing in the church, how big of an influence was he? And we both know farmers are the hardest working people and the biggest gamblers in life. They gamble for a living. What was that like growing up under his household?
Very strict, but very kind to me. He influenced me more than anyone. He was my father. He was my pastor and my best friend. I couldn't ask for any more than that. He was the kind of guy, as a preacher and a pastor, he never told me about the devil music. When devil music was my father. He never told me to sing the blues. He never told me not to.
Wow. Let's take a quick break. I'm with Grammy-winning 11 times Blues Man of the Year, icon, legend. I grew up with watching this man and always have just been in wonder of this talent that God gave him, the great Bobby Rush. Visit Mississippi.org. Bobby's on the blues trail. Plan a road trip. You can end up in Liverpool, for goodness sake. We'll be right back. $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
From theseabrook.com.
In a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Water, and we're in too deep.
Love my man Bobby Rush.
I love you.
Grateful for I do too, buddy. Visit Mississippi.org allows me to have these wonderful conversations into my ninth year. And as a music and culture ambassador of Mississippi and author of our state song, and Bobby Rush contributed his beautiful self to one of the cameo videos we did, him and Morgan, and so many great, Dorothy and Cedric, and it was awesome. Marty, you name it, everybody was involved, so you can check out that online. But Bobby, it's to me, you're just getting started. Yeah. Now, 83 years old, you finally win your Grammy. Tell me about the feeling.
Well, you know what? My attitude about when you get nominated, you're a winner because you're in the range of being nominated. And at 83, it was a long time, but it's better late than never. So I'm just thanking God that I'm living long enough thing to come back around. Life is like a wheel. You put a mark on it and you roll it down a hill. And sometimes your mark will come back to you, sometimes it won't. But I'm the blessed man who my mark had came back to me 7 times. So I'm just the best man to still be around, doing what I'm doing, thinking what I'm thinking, and remembering what I remember, because I have 349 records now. And you know, Steve, I can remember at least 350 of those songs today. And that's a blessing for me.
300. How many? Say that one more time.
439.
439 records. Full-length albums.
And it was 73 albums. 73 albums.
73 albums. So 430. So 73 albums.
Yeah.
Wow. And so Porcupine Meat, what was that inspiration behind that record?
Well, I would talk about a woman that you're in love with. You love her more than she loves you. You know you need to leave, but you can't leave because you like what she do to you. That's Porcupine Meat. Too fat to eat, too lean to throw away. Because you know you leave her, somebody else gonna have her. And you can't stay with her because there's too much grouch going on around the house or whatever. Yeah, because you don't have enough money to do what she needs to be done for her. So you have one hand over here and one hand over here. So
I love it.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about instruments in your life.
Yeah.
You know, I rarely see you or see those lips of yours because you got the harp on them, and you carry your box of harps. You got your guitar. What are those your go-to when you're writing, or do you mess around with other instruments?
With a bass. I'm a bass player, and I kind of write around bass player because I write around bass lick, kind of drum is kind of the beat, you know, and the guitar is a second line to it.
Did you ever record in Muscle Shoals with those guys back in the day?
Yeah, I recorded Muscle Shoals. I didn't do but 3 songs.
What did you do with those guys? You know, all the guys like David Briggs and
David and Henderson.
Sure.
Yeah.
How'd that go for? How'd you feel about it?
Oh, I felt good about it because I wanted to be in a house where Aretha Franklin was recorded, people like that, the soul people. I wanted to get some of that soul in my heart in the same room, not knowing that it wasn't a room. It was people who was doing something in the room. But I just wanted to be inside of, have my name attached to where the big guys came from, you know?
Yeah. Was there ever a period or a song or a moment that you always reflect on that was so pivotal that had to happen in your life to continue on?
Yeah, Chicken Heads. When I did Chicken Heads, it came by because when I did Chicken Head, Calvin Carter, who had VJ Records, Mr. Jones, asked me about doing a record. I said, I have a record I want to do. Well, what's the name of it? I said, Chick Head. And he said, no, we can't do no record like Chick Head. But that was too, across the board. Yeah. And he said, you're from down south. Y'all eat chicken head down there. And they laughed about it. I said, yeah, I do. He said, well, Pussy Jones asked me, he said, how did the song go? I said, told me I was dying in bed. Give up your heart, but don't you lose your head. You came along, girl. What did I do? I lost my heart. My head went too. He said, oh, yeah. Which had nothing to do with chicken. He said, but we got to have a B-side. I said, I got a B-side. So he asked me, so what's the B-side? So I didn't tell him because they had laughed at my song, Chicken Head. So I would took me 20 minutes. The guy asked me later, said, what about the second song you gonna do? We're gonna do a B-side. I said, I got a song. He said, what's the name of it? I said, Mary Jane. He said, oh yeah, we can do Mary Jane. I had this girl did me wrong. Which I wasn't talking about a girl at all. I was talking about Mary Jane from Reaper getting high, You guys didn't know what I was talking about. So I got me some guys. They don't know what I'm talking about, So anyway, I cut the record. They didn't like the record. But in 6 weeks, I had the number 1 record at that time. I had the number 1 record. James Brown had the number 2 record.
Wow.
River had the number 3 record.
Wow.
Beat them guys out at that time.
Wow.
The number 1 record, across the black radio.
Yeah, I know. I remember. So that was obviously important. You get a lot of mileage when you have those hits. It gets it sets you free for a while.
That sets you free for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Yeah. All right. Let me ask you. You got a lot of highs. The moments are important. What about the lows? And then, because you and I both know this career is long. I went through throat surgery, record label. I was on a roll. Record label decides they're up for sale. I mean, all these momentum change. We get momentum, and it seems to get ripped out from under us a lot. Where was your lows in life?
I had a lot of lows, but it was temporary lows. You go to places. Up until 1984, 85, and even beyond that. When I won my first Grammy at 83, I thought I'd never go win a Grammy because I've been at bigger records that sold more records than the record that I won a Grammy on. But I was just encouraged by I would never count it in. But then when I look at James Brown, when I look at Wilson Pickett, when I look at Tyrone Davis, Johnny Taylor, some of these guys never even been nominated, but they had big gold records.
Yeah.
And so I look at myself and I think about what it could have been. I'm so thankful for what it is. So I was a blessed man to be still enthused about what I'm doing and still, a man can live a long time, Steve, without water or food. But you can't live long without hope. I still have hope.
Yeah. I love that. I got to tell you, there were so many points in my life, Bobby, that I got to it. I mean, losing band members, crazy stuff, passing away at a young age and all that. And sort of, not blaming yourself, but getting sad enough to where you're like, what am I doing? And once you sort of, and then the times where it felt like it's over. There's how far I can't go any further. There's nothing left. And then all of a sudden you push through a little bit and there's this thing of hope. You just talk about hope. There's a ray of hope on the other side. People quit just a little too soon, so much in their lives. And if you can get past all that, there is it's all the opportunity you've been dreaming about. It's just that close. And so I've been fortunate enough through all the tough times that I just take one more step forward or I take the right turn. I just don't go backwards. And then there you go. There's all open again. And here we go. It's like a brand new start.
That's the best lesson I can have this morning from a friend like you. Because you don't want to make you move too soon or stop too soon.
No, you can't.
I had my ups and downs. Steve, I'm not the only one, but I'm one of the few one. We have now crossed over to a white audience. My fans are a lot of white audience. But yet I crossed over, but never crossed out the black audience. So I have this two-side fence that I'm working. There's not many guys who can do that.
Yeah, no.
We record now with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and yet I'm working a lot of black clubs that are as a black man, which I got black fans or whatever. But now I got them both.
Bobby, you always had them. The great Bobby Rush. Visit Mississippi.org. Right back.
We're in cold water, and I shall believe.
$20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
Your next customer is searching online right now. Will they find you or your competitor? If your website is outdated, slow, or hard to use on a phone, you could be losing business every day. SuperTalk Mississippi Media builds sharp, mobile-friendly websites that look great and work even better, and they're more affordable than you might think. We can drive customers to your new website with powerful radio commercials and targeted digital ads on Facebook, Google, TikTok, Hulu, and more. Call SuperTalk Mississippi Media at 601-991-2305 or visit STMM Digital.
If you're overwhelmed...
Driving this 75 Cadillac, I've got the top row back. On on a southern born and cloudy day.
Visit Mississippi.org allows me to have these wonderful conversations into my night here. Love my man Bobby Rush. And, you know, we're always learning how to entertain and all that. I always felt like I did my own thing, but, man, you couldn't help but absorb your fearlessness and but also just the song content. You knew where it came from. I was just always like, man, that dang Bobby Rush, he knows who he is. And to win a Grammy and to be nominated for another Grammy and to be win all these blues awards, at some point, you know, you're at a dozen. I mean, you're almost there. You had 11 Blues Best Artist Awards?
No, it's 19.
Wow. 19? 19. I see these, you go online and you look up, it's a little late. Online's Google don't have anything on the tree.
But this year is 19.
19. Wow. Well, all right. So
a little slow.
Yeah. I love it. So I want to go back to your family life. I want to go back to the church and your dad, and he was a heck of a musician, right?
Yeah.
And he used that in his sermons.
How am I going to play on the guitar? I didn't know I could play until I was about 8 years old. I didn't know that.
Well, 8 years, that's pretty young. All right. So what was church like that for him? What did his sermons look like?
My dad was a bookworm. I said bookworm. He's a steady. And he's a God. I remember my cousin gave me a guitar when I was 8 years old. I was going to hide this guitar from my dad because my dad being a preacher. I thought he wanted me to sing in the choir. And I didn't want to sing in the choir because I wasn't singing wood, man. You know, I was a blues man. And I hid it from my dad. I thought I hid it. So one day my dad told me, he said, Junior, I'm named after my father. He said, come here, boy. And I came down. He said, sit down. Let me tell you something. He said, first of all, go get that guitar and bring it here, boy. Now, how he know I had a guitar? Your dad, your parents know everything. I got it and he tuned it up. I said, wow. Dad, I know you could play. And he had his shirt off, armor, cotton. I found a mule. He was set up with his shirt. He was a big guy like a Muhammad Ali, like a monster. You know. He said, I said, Dad, I know you could play. He said, boy, I do a lot of things you don't know how. So he said, let me sing a song I used to play when I was a little boy, a little bit older than you. I thought he was going to sing, glory, glory, hallelujah, when I laid my burden down. He was about my mother. He didn't say, he didn't sing about my mother. I used to know gospel song. He said, me, my dad went to chicken and hunt. She fell down and I saw something. I said, Dad, my dad said this, a preacher. I want him to tell me what he saw. Now, as a songwriter, first verse, she fell down, he saw something. I figured the second verse, he would tell me what he saw. I said, sing it again, Dad. He said, me, my dad went to chicken and hunt. My mother was in the kitchen cooking. She was behind it. She said, me don't sing that kind of song today. He went to sing it again. He said, me, my dad went to chicken and I said, Dad, here come mama. He fell down and I kept running. That's all I ever know about the song. So I said, I'm going to write this song. I'm going to tell what I saw, what I see. I'm going to tell the size of the woman, what she fat or she skinny or whatever.
We call that, in Nashville, we call that furniture. We write now, anything you can see, feel, hear, touch, and emotion, bacon and eggs, whatever it is, that's furniture. Put a lot of furniture in the song. Yeah. If you want to furnish the whole house.
That's
exactly. I love it.
But I want to say before I leave off this interview, let me thank you first of all for what you have done, what you've done, what you plan to do, because what you say about me in this interview and other ways about my music is what people perceive me to be. So thank you, Steve, for what you have done.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is the greatest thrill. I have just admired you, like I said, my entire musical life, which was started at 10 and a half years old. And, my brothers did and my sisters and just, you have this just incredible reputation as an entertainer, as a songwriter, as a person who could get along with the people, and the whole world starting to figure it out. You know what I mean? They've started to figure this out. And I know you're big overseas, and I know you're big and all that, but I can tell you've been big in my mind and big in my heart since I was a little boy, and this has been an honor to have you on my show.
Well, thank you so much.
You're the best, my man. We got to get together and do a little jamming.
Yeah, we don't get together, so I got you to have my contact. We'll get in touch.
We got it. You're good. Bless you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Good.
Visit Mississippi.org. Check it out. Plan a road trip. Have one for a weekend. I've been on with Grammy winner, the blues world champion, like Muhammad Ali. This man is the man of the blues, Bobby Rush. I'm so grateful for him. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you later.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now. A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.